Okay, so we're talking about how to block people or how to block IP addresses from your server. Now the question is, okay, why would I ever want to block an IP address from my server? And how do I get that IP address? Well, if you use different scripts like AMember Pro and different types of membership site scripts, oftentimes the IP address will show up for that customer. Now, for example, sometimes you can even go through your AW stats or through your logs, and you can see different IP addresses that are hacking into your server or trying to get into your server. If you have cPanel and you have a firewall, the majority of you will have this similar firewall. Now, if you don't, you're always going to have to email your web hosting company. If it's a fully managed server, you can find out how to do it and all that. But you can also block people and their IP addresses from individual websites. Like, for example, if I go to my cPanel at one of my websites, for individual domain names, you can actually scroll down and you'll find the IP denying manager. And you can enter IP addresses and domain names that you want to prevent from accessing your site. So you would simply enter the IP address here and click on add. Now, if you're running a dedicated server like me, if you want to block an IP address, you want to block it across the board so that they just can't access any of your sites. You don't want to just block it for one specific site. So what I do is I use a program called SSH. Okay, so right now I am in my root area, and to block an IP address for my specific server, I would simply type in CSF-D for deny, and then I'd enter the IP address. And basically what that does is it adds it to my deny IP table. What that means is that if that person from that IP address tries to access my server across the board, then they're not going to be able to do so. They're going to get some error message like, this site cannot be reached. However, let's say that your firewall accidentally locks somebody out that is legitimate because they were accessing the site so many times within a few minutes, your firewall automatically blocks them. If you want to allow them back, you would put -A for allow and put the IP address like that. And CSF is very, very popular, so you can use that. If it doesn't work, I'd advise you to contact your web hosting company for the dedicated server that you're on and figure out what is the action for denying IP addresses and allowing